breaking. We've got 6-seater Model Y. The 6-seater Model Y is finally here, and now we've got a little bit of an insight on what this could potentially look like. They're keeping the same design, which is nice, but it is just a little bit bigger on all different areas, like longer, taller, and everything. Now, of course, spoiler alert, this is only going to be the China market initially. And from what I've seen so far, it seems like it's going to be a September release. So Q4 or maybe even late Q3 at this point. But there's a lot of different special things with this one that maybe is going to be on maybe like a Model Y Performance as well. We got the Model Y, or what they're calling it, the Model YL. What I see personally, I see different wheels. I see a new color that's like a little bit satin maybe. And then I see new seats as well. Almost kind of looks like performance seats, but definitely look a little bit more plushier. We also see like this interesting spoiler at the top here. And so very interesting for them to try and add on all of these different features. But Model Y 6-seater, let us know. I mean, the one thing that's very interesting is they have not released a single thing of the interior. And maybe that's a tomorrow thing. Like they got to trickle out the hype with all of this. And so let us know what you think of this configuration and everything. We have to see what the interior looks like. But from what it looks like, it turns like it's going to be a little bit smaller than what a Model X is. You can see Model X at the top right here. The Model YL is going to be a little bit shorter. And then the Model Y is just going to be a little bit shorter after that. And so in terms of proportions, I think they did pretty okay here, because you can see it's like a little bit more longer and taller on the backside, which is really what you need when you want that third row. The third row on the older Model Y Legacy was very, very, very tight. And so I'm not sure I would ever want to keep even like the Model X third row. I think Tesla needs a true big SUV, but of course, maybe they don't want to put in the R&D or marketing or whatever, because that's a high risk for sure. But 6-seater is finally here. And of course, this is China release initially. And so fingers crossed, maybe we see this in the US market a month from now, because I feel like there is an appetite for this in the US. People will buy it. I mean, but the question is, do they want 6-seater or 7-seater? And will they be killing the Model X from this? Because I mean, if they do something like this, it's like, hey, why even have the need for a Model X when the Model X might be even like double the price of this if we factor incentives and everything. 7 inches longer than the current Model Y. New wheels, new seats, new light gold exterior paint color, modified rear seat pillar design, and a new spoiler. They're expected to launch this 3-row SUV by this autumn. And so Tesla already did a little bit of a price analysis. Of course, Chinese money converted or RMB converted to US. It seems like the Model YL will be around $55,764 converted from RMB or China money to US. And so this, if they're trying to do some estimates between US prices and China prices, or China prices and US prices, we could potentially see a 6-seater Model Y for around the $60K MSRP price point, which, I mean, if it's like Model X spacing, maybe it's more smarter, because knowing Tesla, they probably try to engineer the heck out of this to really make it feel like the third row feels like a good amount of space and not being cramped like the older model. And so I'm excited to see it when it actually comes out, if it comes out in the US, and what type of valuation we can get for that 60. Okay, Tesla is calling this new color Golden Autumn, as posted on the Chinese Weibo social media website. And if it's satin, it might look to be pretty cool for sure. Here's another side-by-side of Model Y versus Model X. And I mean, the one thing is cool is like you can definitely tell which one is which because of the massively different taillights and headlights between the two of them. So kudos to that for not just making it look exactly the same. I'm talking at like our Rivian R2 versus R1. They basically look very, very, very the same for both of them. And Yan posted this right up on why Tesla needs this vehicle and why it's in China first. And we're really just talking about how much competition is in the China space with all these different Huawei, Xiaomi vehicles. And so it does make sense for them to release it in China first, because they can be able to test it. They can change their different product lines and certainly see what's working before they bring it to the US, maybe even cheaper testing as well. So really cool to see. Here's some length comparisons between all of the different different top electric vehicles at the moment. You can see R1S at the longest of them all, which I would say it's, even that vehicle, it's a good third row, but not a true third row. I'm thinking like Tahoes, Escalades, those are big vehicles, and really you're very comfortable in the third row of those. Model X, Kia EV9, you can see the lengths go a little bit shorter by like 5 inches, and then Model Y all the way down almost 13 inches or 1 foot smaller than the Model X in comparison. And so let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Certainly a very interesting time. And there is a little bit of hate, and I kind of agree with this. Like, here is a shot of a third row of, I want to say, a Model X. And even the Model X can be tight, especially if you are moving back the second row seats. This seems to be a Model X with captain's chairs. You can see these are 2 children in the back seat like that with some children's seats. It gets pretty tight back there. And so I'm not sure, like, all the hype of this being a true SUV or bigger SUV. I mean, it's a step in the right direction, but I feel like I have one of these things where if I see this in person, it's going to be one of those things where it's a nice to have if you have family in town over the weekend to, put them around town. But if you're going to be using this on a daily basis, I'm not sure it would be worth it. Now that you've bought your Tesla or you're about to buy your Tesla, did you know that it comes with 0 accessories? Seriously, not even a phone mount. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In my opinion, there's a few must-haves that every Tesla owner should get, like a phone mount so your phone doesn't fly off during acceleration, a center console organizer because without it, you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, and my newest favorite, an invisible underscreen station mount from Jowa, a great place to store sunglasses. And all of these accessories plus more you can get from our partner Jowa. And these accessories are good because I actually use all of their stuff. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save some money and support the channel as well. But Jowa doesn't stop at just the basics. They've got a wireless game controller that fits perfectly in the glove box, a portable air compressor for peace of mind on those long road trips, and even an electric scooter, because why walk from the superchargers or level 2 chargers? So not only will you save some money by using our promo code down below in the description, you can also get free shipping on orders over $120. So definitely check it out, link down below in the description. Thank you to Jowa for partnering with us on this channel, and let's get on to the next topic.